Hello there, you're welcome to the Billionaire Journey Podcast. This is a podcast for you if you want to move from zero-naire to a billionaire. On today's episode, we want to talk about winter. How are you preparing for the winter? Winter is coming. How are you preparing? I am already feeling the cold and all the gish, that is happening when winter is coming. Of course, this is the very first time that I will be experiencing the main winter. And the reason is this: I recently moved to the UK, and this is the first winter I will be experiencing in the UK. I don't know how it's like. I don't know if there's gonna be a lot of snows. Of course, I discussed with some people who have been here for a very long time, and particularly one of my colleagues, his name is Jim, and he said that when it comes to snow, Scotland often experience the greater share of the snow, but in Northern Ireland, where I'm currently living, it's usually occasionally, right? Unlike Scotland. And there was a report, I think, 2 weeks ago that there was a bit of a cold. There was a bit of the temperature was extremely low at Scotland, and it's just the way it is. So how are you preparing for the winter? How are you preparing for the winter that is coming? The way I am preparing and my wife is that we just recently got what is it called now? A heater, yeah, a heater. It's an oil-filled heater, unlike the one that is centralized. That will help us to kind of save more money, and because there's a centralized heater that comes with every house that you rent or that you buy here in the UK, and they use gas often. So you have a centralized gas when you pay for gas, and then the gas is circulated across the house, and then it's connected to the heater, and then when you put it on, it kind of heats everywhere. Of course, you can turn it to the lowest point across different rooms. For example, if you're not in the sitting room, you can turn off that of the sitting room, and then you allow that of the room where you are, to continue to heat up. So we realized that might not be really, really economical. So we decided to get the heater, which is an oil-filled heater. Now, when you say oil-filled heater, it's not like you have to refill it. That was what I thought when I first got it, but you don't need to refill it. It's just there, and you just plug it to the electricity socket, and then it heats up. And the interesting part is that you can control the heat of the oil filter. As I'm talking right now, I'm actually looking at the oil filled heater. Okay, so how are you preparing? Another thing we plan to do is to go get some heavy duvet and thick socks, and so on and so forth. Those are the things that we planned on getting, and we're a whole lot of plans that we're having, and we're also planning to probably move to a more heated environment in terms of getting probably a new apartment or something like that. So tell me, how are you planning to spend your winter? How are you preparing for the winter itself? Not really spend the winter, but how are you preparing for the winter? Are you getting warm clothes? Are you buying heater? If you're buying, how many have you got? And so on and so forth. Let us know. You can reply to this podcast. If you're listening on Anchor, you just click on the message button, and then you can send us a message. All right. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the Billionaire Journey Podcast, and I hope you got something from today's episode. Before I go, I just want to encourage you, please make sure you keep yourself warm, especially for those people who are immigrants, coming from other countries that have been known to be warm. For example, like places like Nigeria, where I came from, it's a bit warmer it's warmer than what I find myself here in. And so I want to encourage you, please put on thick clothes and ensure that you keep yourself warm all the time, preparing for the winter that is coming. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you some other time. Please go to thebillionairejourney.com. Go to thebillionairejourney.com and subscribe to our newsletter. We'll look forward to seeing you on the other side. Bye.